When it comes to webinar software, the rappers are coming! If you don't know what the rappers are, then I've already produced a couple of videos that you might want to watch. The links are down below. But if you've come to find out all about the rappers, then you're in the right place.
Yeah! Let's get behind the team! Woo!
In this video, we look at two of the popular rappers' webinar software programs. They are Webinar Jam Studio and Easy Webinar. Let's take a look. Okay, let's have a look at the first of our two rappers programs today. Now, with both of these today, we're going to have a look at some of their web pages to get an idea what they're about, because there's so many features, it's hard to cover it in a short period, but this is a time-effective way of moving quickly through these programs and seeing what's involved. With Webinar Jam Studio, unlimited webinars, unlimited attendees, and same great prices, they say. Now, I've found Webinar Jam Studio to be a fantastic product to use. I love the flexibility of how you schedule an event, and I love the way that you move through the registration and other pages to organize the webinars. It is like a step-by-step process. Some people don't like it, but I love it because you cover all the bases with Webinar Jam Studio by moving through all the parts that you need to factor into organising a terrific webinar. It integrates well with autoresponders as per what we're seeing on the screen, and sure enough, you can bring up to 10 simultaneous speakers, which is essentially a fact as a result of the fact that it integrates with Google Hangouts on Air and uses Google Plus Hangouts on Air as its webinar delivery system. So you can have up to 10 presenters. All of them do need to have a Google account. Full broadcasting flexibility. You can share your webcam, your screen, desktop, or your presentation. That's not difficult. And Webinar Jam does have gorgeous designs. I really like that you can select the registration pages based upon the percentage of success that they are having with other people using the webinar software. So it gives you lots of good information so you can organize your webinar in a way that's going to be attractive to other people. Consult, teach, communicate, sell, as it says, lots of options. As you can see on the screen, it's got a very well integrated chat which sits there. The integration with Google Plus Hangouts on Air works fairly well. There are some steps to the process, but once you've learnt those steps, it's easier to duplicate and easy to present very effective webinars. And as you can see with all of the screens here, it's very user-friendly and fantastic to look at. It's got a very modern interface and makes it really, really easy and fun to produce a webinar using Webinar Jam Studio. It also ties in nicely with EverWebinar as well. So if you want to produce your webinar using Webinar Jam Studio and then having it automatically duplicate on a schedule of your choice, the combination between Webinar Jam Studio and EverWebinar is very powerful. So in a nutshell, that's a quick look at the features and the modern UI look of Webinar Jam Studio. Alright, welcome to Easy Webinar. Now, with Easy Webinar, as you can see on the screen, it's got some fantastic templates that you can use for registration pages. Absolutely gorgeous designs, and they're easy to change to suit your own purposes as well, which is fantastic. One thing that is important with Easy Webinar, which is very handy to know, is that Easy Webinar currently is essentially an add-on to WordPress. So if you use a website that's based on WordPress, you are laughing, and you'll be able to easily integrate Easy Webinar into what you do. And it's a very seamless transition as well. It's hard for people to tell the difference between when they're using your standard website as opposed to going into the Easy Webinar part of your website. It works quite well. But for people who don't have a WordPress website at their disposal, that is another complication that you'd want to consider before you choose Easy Webinar. Having said that, as you can see on the screen at the moment, Easy Webinar does integrate very, very well with a lot of different software types, which is important, especially with respect to things like chat roll and discuss, etc. So you can bring in different options for chat if that's something that you want to do. How does it compare to other webinar software? Well, there's a variety of things there that you can see on the screen, and as you scan that list, you'll get a sense for what a fully featured product Easy Webinar is, in a similar way to what Webinar Jam is as well. If I was giving a tour on all the features of either of those products, we'd be here for a very long time. So lots of options, and for people who are using webinars for marketing purposes, especially if you're trying to generate sales during your webinars or at the end of your webinars, there's a wealth of very, very clever options there related to scarcity, related to calls to action, related to clickable links, related to showing people options to choose and taking those options straight away without having to leave the webinar. It's mobile ready and multiple device accessible, and some of the features with Easy Webinar are terrific, especially the unique social share incentive, so that once you've registered, there's the opportunity to share the news and spread the love and let people know about the Easy webinar that you're going to be attending. One of the big benefits of Easy Webinar too is it can be used to create automated webinars as well. So not only do you use it for a once-off webinar, or maybe the one of part of a group webinars, or a webinar that you're going to repeat several times, but you can actually automate the webinar so it becomes available to people on whatever schedule you choose, all done within Easy Webinar. You don't need to choose any additional software to do that, and that really is one of the outstanding points of differentiation supporting the use of Easy Webinar. It does have super simple dashboards, great page designers and builders. It is easy software to use, and that in a nutshell is Easy Webinar.
Thanks for watching today's video. If this is the first of my videos that you've watched regarding webinars, I have a webinar platforms guide for you to download. You'll find a link below this video. I recommend you grab it. It's got lots of information about the 4 different webinar platforms, including the programs that we've talked about today. In fact, it's got links to the software that we've talked about today and links to the information about the pricing as well. It's designed to help you fast track your decision if you're looking at grabbing a new software program to play with regards to webinars. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching and have an awesome day.